Welcome to another episode of Treasure Corals. I have something pretty cool happening with my treasure reef system that I thought is worth documenting. So first let's take a look at this aquarium over here, and you can see that the water is pretty clear and there's nothing that appears to be out of ordinary. Corals look happy, everybody is active, the fish are swimming around. Maybe there's just a little bit of murkiness to the water, but there's not much. Now this system is connected to my farm, and the farm looks completely different. So let's take a look. The farm is looking way different. Look at all the cloudy water. So this is my large system, which is a 6-footer, and you can barely see what's happening on the other side. So like this. And I've got another aquarium connected right next to it, and you can see that the water is starting to get cloudy in this one. And yet the one on the left is totally fine. Water is pretty clear. Now what do you think is the culprit? It is these little buggers. So I've got these snails that decided to spawn in the tank, and if we're lucky we're actually gonna catch it. I think we're gonna see it right over here. Look at this guy. So that started happening maybe an hour and a half ago. It started happening in this tank first. So in the morning this tank was totally fine. It's 2:43 p.m. right now, so in the afternoon the lights have been on since 10 a.m. and you know, I worked in the tank, it was fairly clear, and then boom, this is what we've got. So what is really interesting is this tank is murky, so you've got this snail spawning. I haven't seen other snails yet doing the same thing, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But what is strange is that this snail over here started doing exactly the same thing, and it's in a separate tank that is on a different light schedule. So this light schedule is comes on about an hour or two after the big tank, and yet it started spawning as well. But the one oh, here we are, there is another one that is spawning somewhere over here. I just noticed that. So something is going on. It's something that happened to this tank maybe 6 months ago or 8 months ago, where I had this spawning event between the snails, and I think this is kind of happening right this moment. So you've got some snails in one tank, you've got some snails in this tank, and yet you've got exactly the same turbo snails in this tank, but the tank is pretty clear. So all the murkiness that we've got so far is really because of all the cloudiness coming in from other aquariums into this one. So I don't know yet if this is going to start spawning, and if this is a pretty small tank, so I'm sure it would have been completely clouded. Now a little detour from this. Look at the colors on all the corals now. They are pretty stunning. I don't think I've ever had colors as good as right now. So I don't want to jinx anything, but this is as good as my corals have ever seen. So for those of you who have been watching this channel for I don't know, 10 years, you've seen my ups and downs, and every time I get an up, it just feels good. So there's an up, but now I'm dealing with this snail spawning event, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think this is, oh, here it is, there's a little bit more coming right there. I'm curious who is doing it. There's another snail, that's the culprit. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is just loss of food for all of my corals, and the corals are going to be happy, or am I dealing with something a little bit more catastrophic? Really curious, and tell me whether that happened to you or maybe to some of your friends. But I'm not too worried. It does look a little bit unsightly, and right now I just turn off the flow in this tank, so it's kind of contained, but I'm actually going to turn the water on and let this go over all of my tanks. So now here's another top-down look, so you can actually appreciate what I have been cooking. And I've actually been posting some of these corals online on treasurecorals.com. So if you are in Canada, and now I'm shipping all across Canada, so if you're interested, place an order and some of those frags are going to be yours. So look at that torch right over here. I just posted on Reef to Reef. Nobody knows who this guy is. So if I've got any coral torch specialists, let me know who this guy is. If you go on the website, you can actually see a proper photo, no Photoshop, but you can actually see the live colors. Maybe it's the Hellfire or some sort of a Dragon Soul. Nobody really knows. Somebody said Gold Joker, but in any case, I've just posted, taken a very nice photo of it and posted it on the website as well. So here we are. Just goes to show you that sometimes when the water is cloudy, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And in the upcoming video, I will actually talk about some of major changes I've made to my coral farming system. As I have been doing this for, I think this is my third year, I have completely rethought how I want to keep the frags, the corals, the colonies. I'm trying to have a system of some sort. So stay tuned, I'll probably do that next week. And also we'll provide an update on what happened here. But so far, this is just free lunch for the coral. So instead of me dosing some of this stuff, I think I just got kind of cool nutrition coming that's more natural. Thanks for watching.